Gold just continuing to grind. I continue to be a big believer that the worries over the election are keeping oil up, but that also brings up a potential for a sell the news after the election where we have a small correction in gold before it begins its next big move higher. Bitcoin pulling back just a little bit, down about 700 points. And again, after touching or kissing 74,000, the double top all-time high, it is backing off just a little bit. I still expect it to at least pierce 74 and maybe even touch 75 in the coming days.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. In this video, let's discuss these topics and more.
Dow down 119 points. The Dow is on pace for its potential first down month in 5 up months, potentially 1 down month. We'll see where this ends tomorrow when the week, or I should say the month, comes to an end. The NASDAQ is down just 54 points, about 0.29%. The S&P down 0.36%, or 21 points. Oil today finally getting a decent bounce, although still in breakdown territory. It has not regained support. That's important. Yeah, it's a good bounce, but it has to get back above 70 and establish itself there to have any sort of upside momentum built in. Otherwise, you favor further downside on oil. NVIDIA down, again, chip stocks. Remember, AMD was down on earnings, so it's going to drag down most of the chip stocks. Apple is down here as well. Microsoft is actually slightly green right now going into these earnings after the bell, and even Meta is basically flat to positive on the day. Again, it's a mixed bag. Again, a fair amount of red, but also a little bit of green and gray. Remember, gray means essentially unchanged, up or down 1%. Red is down more, and green is obviously up more. All right, let's get into some chart action here. In fact, let's go right to these charts here on the screen. This is the S&P intraday. You can see we started out weaker, we rallied and went green, and now we faded into the end of the day. The daily chart, really key here, guys. Remember, this is a bearish flag pattern, which likely favors, and I'm talking probabilities here, data and probabilities, that we still can come down into this level. What would change that and switch the probabilities? Any recapture of this zone here or above. That would keep the bull move going in the short term.
Bitcoin cracked past the $72,000 mark, inching closer to its all-time high in US dollar terms. Elon Musk teased 69.42% coming soon in a post about Trump's lead over Harris, while Biden sparked backlash for allegedly calling Trump supporters garbage. In a move billed as historic, a purported revelation of Satoshi Nakamoto's identity is scheduled for a live press conference on October 31, sparking debate and skepticism within the Bitcoin community. A top financial officer of the U.S. state of Florida is advocating for state retirement funds to consider cryptocurrency investments, calling Bitcoin a hedge against market volatility.
Because it's in uncharted territory, you have to wait for either a topping tail or something else because there's no trend lines, there's no double tops, there's nothing up here. So it's in uncharted territory. You step back on a swing basis and you say, let me wait until I get the signal. All right, now it's not a buy either. I mean, you're not paying up 40% for Reddit at this point, so you just leave it be. Nothing wrong with leaving something be and come back another time. Let's take a look at AMD here, guys. Markets, by the way, have just closed. AMD, look at this intraday move. The stock on the daily coming down pretty sharply, down over 10%. In terms of where this becomes interesting as a swing trade, there is a trend line down here that I would slightly be intrigued by. Notice how it goes from this low to this low to this low right here. So you're looking at around a 133 to 132 level. That would be that first level where I might get interested for a bounce. Now, flipping over to our homepage, guys, and I'm scrolling down quickly, I know. Let's go to our earnings calendar. Let's see where that earnings calendar is, and let's look at what we have today after the hours. We have Microsoft, we have Meta, Coinbase, Carvana, Etsy, Robinhood is reporting here, and I'm just going right through Roku, KLAC. Wow, there's so many reports in the after hours. Well, let's take a look at a few of these guys. Let's take a look. I don't think Microsoft is out till a little bit later, but let's take a look here. Let's go to our 10-minute chart, and see what we have going on. Oh, Microsoft, big move in the after hours. Maybe it is out already. That's a wild move. Looks like it flushed down to 420. Now it's back to 438. Not really up much on the day in the after hours yet, but now it's starting to pump. Here we go, guys. So Microsoft is beginning to pump here. We'll see if it holds its gains back to about almost 444 here. There it is, 444 and climbing. We got to look at Meta. Let's see if Meta's out yet. Nope, Meta's not out yet. Let's look at Robinhood, Hood, Hood. Let's see what we got on that one. Nope, nothing out there yet. Let's take a look at KLAC, which is a chip stock, and we'll see what's going on that one. Nope, nothing there. Let's go to back to Microsoft. Let's see if it's up. It's coming back in. Look at this. Look at this volatility. I love this stuff, guys. This is what I live for as a trader, the volatility of big moves on earnings. There's so many opportunities out there when you get these moves and they're outsized moves, right? So again, if it's up or down a couple percentage points, it doesn't matter for me. That's not going to do it. It's when you get the emotional reaction of people either FOMOing in at highs where you start to come into resistance. That gives me that added kind of advantage that people are just emotional, and I kind of keep it as a technical basis, data basis trade, or the other side on the fear side. So we'll watch that very closely. Let me just look at what other ones. Let's look at Roku, guys. Roku, let's see if Roku is out just yet. And Roku is getting slammed here. Looks like it closed around 77.50. It's now at 71. Let's look at the daily chart if there's any technical levels coming up. Looks like there's a gap fill at $65.60 to 70 cents right here that could be interesting. Also 63, and then another gap fill at 62. So there's a lot. Once you get to 63 to 62, there's a lot of levels. Let's go through a couple others. Coinbase. Let's see if Coinbase is out just yet. As of now, let's see. Nope, nothing out just yet. I want to go back to Meta and just take a quick look there. Nope, Microsoft, I want to check in on that. Still net positive on Microsoft, so that is holding up, although it's not a big move on Microsoft, let's be clear. $400 stock moving up about $10, about 2%, give or take. That's not super, super big on the charts right there.
Iranian Ambassador Kazem Jalali has urged Bryce nations to establish CoinShares Q3 mining report, led by researcher James Butterfield, highlights mounting costs and challenges impacting the Bitcoin mining industry in 2024. Crusoe Energy is set to secure approximately $500 million in equity capital from investors, including billionaire Peter Thiel's Founders Fund. Russia reveals that over 30 nations are pursuing deeper engagement with BRICS, aiming to finalize an expansion list by the year's end amid unprecedented alliance growth. Coinbase's CEO calls on the next SEC chairman to drop frivolous cases and apologize to the American people for past actions, citing inconsistent crypto regulations. BitMEX founder Arthur Hayes predicts China's aggressive monetary easing could spark a historic Bitcoin rally, as yuan expansion indirectly fuels crypto demand. Bitcoin ETF inflows are nearing $1 billion daily, sparking concerns that this rush could signal a new local top for BTC, as seen in previous rallies. Solana's native token SOL dropped by 3% on October 31, as reduced network activity and technical bearish indicators pressured its price. MicroStrategy's stock dropped 5.9% after missing Q3 earnings estimates. Analysts warn of potential volatility tied to Bitcoin's price after the U.S. elections. MicroStrategy's revenue fell, with a gross profit of $81.7 million and a 70.4% margin. Shares fell to $247.31, with a further decline to $242.99 after hours. Analyst Timothy Peterson highlights the potential for amplified losses if BTC falls. The 21-21 plan aims to raise $21 billion in equity and $21 billion in fixed income for Bitcoin over 3 years. If BTC hits new highs, MSTR could surge, serving as a BTC proxy investment. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.